first of all, excuse my appearance, but some of us do get up and clean house and shit. Okay. And through your lifetime, you're always, no matter where you are, work, school, friends, there's always going to be that one person that's nice to your face, that compliments you to your face, and you would never even guess it. Like you would be, once you find out or you put the pieces together, they're two-faced. There's always going to be that one person that's on your side, but secretly plotting against you and just waiting for your downfall. No matter what you do, there's no way of avoiding them. And that's what I tell my daughter. Do not ever let anybody get the best of you, because then they win. Like crying, and I used to cry a lot. Like I used to, I'm a very emotional person. I'm a Cancer. I have them all. My daughter is freaking, I'm very proud of how she's come out. She's turned out like more than anything I could ever ask for. Like she's like a child, but she's just too straightforward. She does not spare anybody's feelings. She doesn't care. And that was my fault, because I think I went a little overboard with her, in teaching her how to protect herself and how to, keep these fucking weirdos at bay. She keeps everybody at bay. And I'm like, homegirl, you need to calm down. But anyway, so I'll get off my little soapbox here. So let's get into this. Okay, so basically this is a part 2 to who is Leave Him Alone. Who is this guy? Why does he get all this privacy? People were murdered brutally. I believe tortured before they passed away. These are innocent people, regardless of what you feel about how, somebody's parenting or whatever. It's not about that, okay? It's about her parenting. Okay, whatever. You don't like her parenting. Let's move on. Okay, so she did not deserve what happened to her. And none of y'all even know what happened to her. None of y'all. But if you look really closely, you can see it in the video. And it is brutal. It is disgusting. And this is why I continue to speak about it. Because they cannot speak for themselves. Okay? Why did I think that Leave Him Alone is part of law enforcement? So I kind of hinted at it before. I just kind of wanted to feel the room, feel the temperature of the room, of the crowd. And okay, this is my thinking, because I know I'm the people's champion of reaching and, putting things together that don't go. I know this. I'm aware of this. But I usually like to think out of the box, I guess you can say. But okay, do you remember in the Discovery? Okay, in the Discovery, because I'm trying to bring back Shovel Man here. Okay, who was Shovel Man? Who is he? Who is this guy? Nobody has stepped forward and said, I'm the shovel guy. Nobody. Okay. And I always figured, for some reason, okay, I always thought Leave Him Alone was in the house during the welfare check. Okay. And I believe during the cadaver search, because they just popped in and Chris wasn't expecting him, but the news was there, okay? But the news was in the living room. They weren't, walking around the house or anything like that looking for clues. So he was caught off guard when they got there. In the Discovery, if you remember, there's an unknown device, I believe, Seeking the Truth with Dave, and Red X, I think Mia too, which I strongly recommend you. Anybody talking about Watt's case, you just go on and go ahead and subscribe to them, because there's not very many, not very many of us. So I suggest you just, because there is something way off about this, way off. Anyways, okay, so back to what I was saying. In the Discovery, There's an unknown device that is connected to the router. Okay. And that was happening before the welfare check, before Chris got there. That phone was already connected to the router, which is inside the house, obviously. So you probably have to be in the driveway, right? Chris didn't even park in the driveway for it to connect, you know. I know I have a like a loop driveway, so I have to be, if I'm at the far end of my driveway, I don't connect to the internet. I have to be up close to the house, you know. So I'm guessing it's the same thing for them. Okay. So also, during the cadaver search, that same, I believe it's a cadaver search. I believe it's either, or I might even be mixing it up. That same device, unknown device, same IP address, was connected to the router during the cadaver search. And during the cadaver search, I have a video you probably are not aware of because that was a long time ago when I did it. And it shows somebody like coming out of the hallway closet that where the coats are at on the first floor. It shows somebody crawling out of crawling out of the closet. And I'll put in a clip or screen grab of that, and I'll link it down below if you want to watch it. Okay. Right after that is when you see the guy with the shovel that looks like he's coming out of the Watts yard. It's a man, Caucasian, I believe. And I've always thought that was Jim because he was like the brains of the operation, in my opinion. That would be brave for just a regular old civilian to be waltzing around, you know, right in front of law enforcement in the back of a house where, possible murders happened. Who else would be that brave besides somebody on their own team? If one of the officers would have glanced over and seen him, no big deal. He's part of the crew, right? He's available for any demand that NK has at the drop of a dime. Okay, I believe that. That's just my opinion, just by observing what I see. Okay, so there's that. And then when they're doing their little reenactment, I believe on that date, it was also connected to the Wi-Fi when the police officers were doing that. So that's why I always thought that Leave Him Alone was part of law enforcement. That and, Reddit. I believe on Reddit, the story is he's was in the military or something like that. So, and then the one officer I believe that we don't see too much of. So that's how I put it together. That's how I added 1 + 1 and, that equaled 21. But that's why I believe it. Who was Shovelman? Oh, and then if you haven't seen that video, and if you don't watch it, that's fine. But let me tell you I'll just basically tell you what I say in that video. Okay, so the hallway closet. In the basement, there is, the HVAC system, the air condition and heating, which I do have a certified professional in my family. Sí, nosotros mexicanos hacemos de todo. ¿Qué necesitas? Te puedo ayudar con todo. We always have like a professional in whatever freaking category. I know somebody. I have a huge family. Can freaking work 2, 3, 4 jobs at a time and still attend the party. Okay. So yeah. So I picked their brain. So he was not holding a camera holder. It wasn't a tripod. Debunkers, that was not a tripod. I had a professional tell me that is a probe. The probe is something, it's a tool that geologists, surveyors also carry those. And it's you can put something inside the middle and then implant it into the yard, or you can retrieve samples from soil, So, so that was debunked. Debunker, take that, asshole. You got to be in a sorry ass place in your life if you're debunking theories in murder investigations, on the internet. Like, you're really down a shithole. Like, if you're doing that, it's inappropriate, I think. These are theories on real people that have passed away, and I think it's inappropriate. So, I'm sorry. So I believe the whole plan was to blow up the house. When shit went left, whatever was set up, because you have to wire a home, you have to plant explosives in the pipes that he was possibly asking about. Remember that? Chris was asking specifically about pipes in his home, okay? Because he still owns that home, by the way, because Weld County is taking care of it. Real nice for him. There's even squatters in the backyard and everything. Anyways, Google Earth it, and tell me there's not anybody living in the backyard. Tell me there's not anybody living in the backyard, and they don't have that porch, the wooded part, where the table is at, underneath. They've got that boarded off and closed off. Anyways, okay, so why was he asking about the pipes? Possibly because that's where Leave Him Alone implanted something, so that later on, like, if all would have went well, he would have exploded the house. But that takes setup. You can't just go and, if you're trying not to get caught, you got to carefully implant explosives there. Possibly in the pipes. That would be a good place to hide it, somewhere where it's not going to be traceable. So I believe Leave Him Alone was there dismantling whatever he did. So I believe Shovel Man, Probe Man was. And on the HVAC system, I don't know what was going on there. Looks like a human trap, if you ask me. Like I said, I have a professional in my family who said there's something off about that. Because like I did in my video, I put side by side other HVAC systems in their neighborhood. And yeah, there's been some adjustments made to this one on Saratoga Trail. Okay, so what do you guys think? Let me know. Thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. And I'm just glad somebody's listening to me, Anyways, y'all have a great, safe weekend, and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.